Hey everyone, it's Miss Apple. I'm here for Simply Oshun Homeschool Resources, and today we're talking about Washington Homeschool Law, and we are on the HSLDA website, which I will have the link in the description below. And what you can do is listen as I read along what the requirements are. So your options for homeschooling, you have two options, and I'll talk about that later. Your school required ages are from 8 to 17 in the state of Washington. Notification is required, so you must tell them that you are homeschooling once you withdraw your child. And do you have to have teacher qualifications? Yes, you do. We'll go over that later. State mandated subjects. Yes, that means they have some subjects that they wish for you to teach, regardless if you want to or not, right? Assessment requirements. Yes, they want you to take an assessment at the end of the year and pass it in, or maybe at the beginning, right? Pass it in so that they know that your child is on the level. Immunization requirements? No. Believe it or not, some people want to see that you have been immunized or that you haven't. Okay, so some states, I should say. So once we click here on the HSLD website, it says how to comply with Washington's homeschool law. It says option 1, you have two options. Option 1 is homeschooling under the homeschool statute, and option 2 is homeschooling with a private or denominational school. So let's click on this. It says to meet the teacher qualifications, you must be qualified to operate a homeschool program by either instructing only your child and being supervised by a certified person. It goes on to explain what that means, and it says the certified person has a minimum average of 1 contact hour per week with the child, and the certified person evaluates the child's progress, or instructing only your child and having either 45 college quarter credits or the equivalent in semester credits, approximately 30 semester credits, since 1 quarter credit equals 2/3 of a semester credit, or instructing only your child and having completed a course in the home-based education at a post-secondary institution or vocational technical institute. Or you can instruct only your child and being deemed sufficiently qualified to provide home-based instruction by the superintendent of the local school district. File a notice of intent. So that's the second thing you have to do. So you have to have one of these 4 qualifications at the top. And the second thing you have to do is file a notice of intent. You have to teach for the required number of days, which is 180 days per year, or average of 1,000 hours per year. And it's easy to document that. We'll talk about that in another video. Teach the required subjects. Your homeschool curriculum must include occupational education, science, math, language, social studies, history, health, reading, writing, spelling, and the development of an appreciation of art and music. This is not hard to incorporate within one another and still teach subjects that you wish to teach at home, whether they be religious or just something that you think your child should be learning. It's quite easy to mesh these together so that you can get them all in. Conduct an annual assessment, and we'll talk about that in another one, as far as having the required subjects in another video. Conduct an annual assessment. You have 2 options for the required annual assessment. The result of the assessment do not need to be submitted to the public schools, but must be retained as part of your child's permanent school record. The assessment options are: ensure that a standardized test approved by the state board is administered annually to your child by a qualified person. Sometimes you can do this at a library. They have practice at our library that will oversee your tests. Or you can have your child evaluated by a certified person. Now, option 2, believe it or not, that was just option 1. Enroll as an extension program of an approved private school. Approved private schools are permitted to allow families to operate their homeschools as extension programs of the school. You will need to locate an approved private school that allows extension programs and enroll your child in that school. The best way to determine if a school accepts extension students is to visit the school's website or contact the school directly. Number 2, you could comply with you comply with the private schools requirements for its extension programs. Okay, so that's not super hard. Sometimes people can give you a hard time, but for the most part, that's what the HSLDA is for, right? So here you can download, you can download this more than likely on the state of Washington site or your local homeschool site for your city, state, or county. City, state, or county, for your city or your county. Washington Declaration of Intent to Provide Home-Based Instruction. And here, if you join the HSLDA, you can download here. And they also have for you the Washington Sample Letter of Withdrawal from Public School, which is what you want to put into the school. I highly recommend that when you withdraw a child from school, that you just send this information. You no matter what state you're in, look for HSLDA and see what they recommend, because they're going to be right. And if something is wrong, you can contact them. If you are a member, right? You have to be a member, and it's only $11, maybe $12. You could get a free membership through they have I'm going to call it a grant. They have like a grant that can possibly grant you a membership for a year if you can't afford to pay the $11 a month, which, believe it or not, some people cannot pay. And that's fine. So if you can get it for 1 month so you can have that access, I highly recommend that too. And sometimes the state or the city will make it hard to find these documents, but they are right there on HSLDA, and then you send them right in to the school. I would mail them in, or I would drop them off, so you don't have to talk to anybody, because they tried to talk me into staying, which was fine. I wasn't against that, and I knew that they needed the numbers in order for them to get the funding, but my child was suffering in ways they didn't know and that I didn't necessarily want to share at the time. So we end up withdrawing from the school via these letters. So anyway, that's enough ranting for now. This is supposed to be a 2-minute video, but I went through it for you because I'm going to go back through the other videos like I promised, and make the longer version where I go into detail about exactly what it is that you need to do for your homeschool. And this is what you need for Washington Homeschool Law. If you have any questions, anything that I missed, please leave it in the comments below in a full sentence so I know what you're talking about. Like you say, well, you missed this. Can you explain this? And of course, I don't know everything. I'm just giving you the information so you know where to find it. And the HSLDA can better help you with everything else. So that would be the answer. That would be the blanket answer to all questions. But if there's something that I could answer, I will. So please feel free to go to the site with the link in the description and get started with your homeschool. All right. Please please subscribe, and comment down below with your experience with homeschooling or not homeschooling, or questions about homeschooling. Stay tuned for my videos by subscribing and clicking the bell so that you can get more information about how to homeschool for free, homeschool at a discount, premium homeschooling, all of it. I plan on having all the information here as my channel grows. All right, thank you, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.